Black Magic Sorcerer here with another Snake Dad video, and we got snakes galore. Here's my two ball pythons being just, in need of a little exercise. Sometimes I let them both out and let them on the bed. They both shed recently. They're both looking pretty good. Mr. Anorexic, who only eats once a month, every 2 months, he'll even eat my live rats when I go get him one. So Jack and Raleigh are going on a couple years old now. I think, I want to say Raleigh's going on 3 years now. So this is the result of feeding mice, rats, chicken, hamster, anything he'll eat. He's a pretty picky eater, this snake here, who I call Raleigh. He's actually live rat or frozen thawed chicken. That's pretty much all he'll eat, but he'll eat every single time if you give him either of those meals. But he's not a big fan of frozen. Are you, boy? You're like, fuck that frozen stuff, huh? But he's a good, healthy snake. He's nice and thick and full. He's doing great. So, Jackie boy, or Jack, he's doing okay too. He has a tendency to burn the shit out of his tail with his heater. So I've always got to check him out and make sure he's not hurting himself, because he loves to get his tail stuck on a hot point and then burn the shit out of it. But, one thing I've learned with these ball pythons is they aren't the smartest of pythons. They're very slow moving, very, not action packed at all. I mean, just the fact that he's moving around at all right now is a fucking miracle. These guys, they pretty much just go into their hide, and if they're not in their hide, they're in their bowl. Maybe they come out a little bit. I'd say maybe you're lucky to see them out of their hide or their bowl for an hour at a time. I get really lucky, and sometimes they'll be both in their water bowl, and that's the most I'll see of them. But it's bowl or hide for ball pythons. So if you own a ball python, you don't have to worry about them having a massive amount of space. In fact, they need just enough space. So if you got a 3-foot snake, in theory you should have a 3-foot container lengthwise, and probably at least 2 feet of width. But the reality is they curl up into balls, and they stay pretty much in their hide, in their water bowl, or stretched out a little bit, maybe on the back side of their tank. But for the most part, they stay hidden. They sleep most of the day. They're ambush predators, so they pretty much stay in one place for a very long time. When I find them, like, let's say it's before work, I'll leave work and they will be in the same position when I get home. So, 9 hours later, they haven't moved a fucking inch, and when they get comfortable, they stay comfortable, and they'll stay in that position for days. So I pull them out just to wake their asses up, especially before a meal, because at least in Raleigh's case, he seems kind of weird, like he's either really excited about his food or he could care less. But for the most part, he's been a great eater. But it's just yellow snake here, Jack. He's a real jerk. He has to have live prey. He will not eat anything frozen. I've tried to give him every single possible combination, or tried to, rally him up with the live rat and then stick a frozen thaw in his face. Even that didn't work. He's like, fuck that. It's got to be alive or I don't want it. So that's the only downside of a ball python, is they really can be very picky, finicky eaters, and they can go on strike and not eat for a really long time. But these boys have been pretty good. It's just him and his I will only eat live. And the problem is, it's hard to get the size of rat that he'll eat. So not only will he not eat a frozen thaw mouse, but he has to eat a mouse that's the appropriate size. If it's too big or too small, he won't eat it. I mean, if it's too big, he won't eat it. If it's small, he'll eat it regardless. But if it's too big, or he thinks like, oh, my mouth can't get around that fucker, he won't even attempt to do anything. He'll kill it, and then he won't eat it. So this little asshole has cost me a lot of money in rats, just trying to figure out what the fuck it is he eats. And that's probably why he was turned into the pet shop is because a lot of people get frustrated because they don't have the ways and means to feed them or understand what it is his needs were. But once I figured it out, it's like, okay, no big deal. He needs a small rat or two every 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe, because he's an older snake. So, he's lucky he gets anything being so picky. So this guy here is a great guy because he is fully trained now to eat the frozen thaw chicken. So anytime there's chicken, he goes for it, and he gets food aggressive about chicken, which I've never seen him do for any other frozen prey. So when it comes to chicken, boy, he's all in. And if you're familiar with my recent video that I'm going to drop about my Burmese python, this little snake, Raleigh, has become just as big as him, but he's an adult and he's a couple years old now. So he's about as big as a Burmese python's teenager. So they're very similar, but at the same time so different in their behavior. Look at how shy he is, as where Zeus will let me grab him and kiss him on the head. This guy wants nothing to do with it. He's way too shy. And that's because their first instinct is to hide. So it's not personal. It's not that they don't trust you. It's just that in nature, instead of being an ambush predator that stands their ground when attacked, their first instinct is to curl up into a ball, hence the word ball python. So they can be aggressive. Like the other day when I gave him his chicken, he almost bit me. I'm like, I can't believe it. I can't believe a ball python tried to bite me. But he was riled up about the chicken I had given him before, and he saw me in there. He thought, well, maybe it's time for another chicken, and he just started getting all striky, and I'd never seen him do that before. So I'm really pleased with both of them just as pets. I mean, what are they for? They're to look at, they're to hold. I don't overdo it with them. I try not to get them too much handling, but I try to give them enough handling where they're so used to human touch that you could literally give these snakes to a baby and not get bit. So once you kind of know what's up, and I mean, look at Jackie boy. He's such a good boy. He just stays put. He doesn't cause any trouble. There's been times when I've thought of turning him into the pet shop just because he won't fucking eat, and he's just such a good boy that I just can't do it. So I'll end up going this weekend and getting him a rat or two. He'll eat them. He'll continue on this path of completely denying frozen thaw food. But hey, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to eat fucking a thawed out rat either. So maybe there is something more to it. And I like the excitement of seeing him be his snaky self. I don't mind seeing him do a kill. It's exciting. It's fun. I feel bad for the rat, but at the same time, I feel excited for the hunting aspect of watching a snake hunt. It's kind of a strange dichotomy, I guess, that you feel sorry in one way for one animal, and then you embrace the fact that the animal is killing the other animal. So it's a strange thing to be a snake owner and both have feelings and love for mammals like rats and animals like that. But obviously I love my snake more than I do a fucking rat. Rats only live for 2 years. They're a really smart, excellent animal. They can be a great pet, but they just don't live long enough. It's like by the time you bond with the motherfucker, they're going to die. So, you got 24 good months with them. And that's why I don't think small mammals are a smart animal. These snakes here, if I really take care of them like I have been, babying them, make sure they're clean and bathing them and, giving them the food that only they will eat because they're so picky. If I continue this quest, they'll be around and stay alive for another probably 10 years at least, at very least. So they'll be, 15, 16, maybe 20 years old by the time they pass away. This snake here, I think, is around 5 years old. But you can tell he's a finicky eater, and that's why he's so thin and has never gotten any real size, because he makes it damn inconvenient to be fed. So that's my Black Magic Sorcerer tip on ball pythons. Just, you know, use common sense. They go on strike. Sometimes they're finicky eaters. For the most part, they'll be excellent. Just keep in mind that you can give them a lot of different types of food. It's all just a matter of what you have access to. And they're a great pet. They're sweet. You can put them around your neck. They don't move or move much. They're curious, fun little animals. They're not bitey. So the last thing they want to do is bite you, unless you got chicken juice on your hand and you're stupid and put your hand in their cage. But for the most part, you got one of the most peaceful, beautiful, exotic animals you can get without getting a 10-foot, 20-foot massive python. So these are like the ultimate starter out python, getting into bigger python snakes. It's a great way to get to know a snake and to understand their behavior and see how they shed. And just, I can't say enough about this breed of snake, because if I had never got Raleigh, this ball python, I don't think I would have continued on with other pythons. But seeing just how kind and sweet and gentle they can be, and the total opposite of what you would expect them to be in nature, that's what makes me so in love with these animals. So, dark blessings, my friends. I recommend you get a ball python. Just don't expect them to be perfect eaters. That's all. Dark blessings.